Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, May 29th at 02 p.m. I'm a few minutes late getting online today. So, let me see if I can tilt this screen down with something. Hi, just waiting for some people to get into the chat room. I am a few minutes late today. Been having some busy days. Hi, Cheryl. I just saw your name pop up. I didn't see the other ones yet. I just wanted to really pop on, see what everybody was up to, and do the drawing that I had in my IQF haul, the International Quilt Festival. I had a pattern that I want to give away, so I want to do that drawing. And the funny thing is, I can't even find the patterns right now. I put them in some special place. I can find everything else that I did in that haul and can't find the patterns, but it'll be all right. I'll find it. So let's see. Go through the chat box here. We've got Diane57 says, hey T, hi Diane. And I see she says I was here first. And then we've got Cheryl that's saying, hey T, hi Cheryl. Bonita Nance is here, say hello Miss T. I'm back from vacation on St. Petersburg, Florida. All right. I got to sneeze. Excuse me. My sinuses are a mess. And I don't know if I'm going to stay on the entire hour today because we have severe thunderstorm watch in effect. We've had a lot of thundering, so if it starts thundering again, I'll get off. We've got Sandra Jacobs says, good evening, T and all. Hi, Sandra. Or Sandra. And Bonita says hi to everyone. Cheryl says hi, everyone hopping in. Claudette Bettis is here. She says hi, T and everyone, checking in from Anaheim, California. Hi, Claudette. Katie Collier is here. Miss J.A. Coleman is here, says hi, everyone. Katie says hi as well. And then we've got Lorna here. She says, not. She says, bless you later. I think she just had something going on there. D Gold, I'm gonna say, I probably have butchered your name, Lorna, I'm sorry. Dora Camarena says, hi T from California. Hi, Dora. And Teajuana Montreal is here. She says, okay. I think she was saying okay to I may not be on long. Leetta Bryan is here, says hello everybody. And Leetta should be getting bad weather before me, so I'm hoping that we both can stay on. Hi Leetta. LC says hello T and all from Southern California. Lorna Dogood. Okay, so it's Dogood. Thank you. Darlene Former is here, says greetings from Northern Virginia. So last Wednesday, what have I done since last Wednesday? Got Honor Safar says hello from Ohio. Let's see, it's been a lot. I had a sneeze and now my eyes are watering. Sinuses have been acting up, but that happens anytime I'm traveling from area to area, as well as the weather changes. So we've been having a lot of weird weather. We'll have warm days one day and then it's back cool the next day, and that's when my sinuses really act up. And don't pay attention to my hair. It's wash day and I didn't get a chance to wash it yet, so I got to work on that before I go to bed. And I'm looking at my calendar to see what did I do in the last week. Okay, I didn't do anything because I met with you all on Wednesday, and then Thursday we actually started our retreat early this year. It started going on Friday. We actually added a day, so we did Thursday through Sunday. So I got back Sunday evening, and then I spent Memorial Day with my family. And then Monday I did edit a video, and then I got it to upload. I just got to get it ready to submit. Or was it Tuesday? Not Monday, Tuesday, yesterday. And it takes almost all day. I don't know what's going on with my internet service, but it kind of takes like all day for one video to upload. And it is the mail call haul from, I want to say the month of March. Because I don't think anything came in April. And I keep saying this, but I think the next video to be edited is the next Quilt Studio on Tours video. I keep saying that, but I'm trying to do them in order so I don't skip anything that I've recorded. I've been recording some things, but just haven't had time to get the videos uploaded. Let's see. Had fun at retreat. Of course, I got a retreat video coming, so you'll get that one later. I know you got a lot of my ceiling showing. Let me see if I can add something else back here. I don't have the right stuff I normally put back here, so I'm trying to use paper and it's not working as well. Hold on. All right, that's less ceiling. Okay, so let me see if anybody else came in. I think we said Loretta was last. So we've got Barbara Freeman. She says, hi, T. How are you? I'm doing great. Just got some sinus issues, but otherwise doing fine. Diane 57 says, I'm allergic to you all. No, I'm not. Phyllis Gardner says, hi, T, and everyone. Greetings from North Carolina. Reba Nelson is here. Says, mine won't open. Mines won't open or something. I don't know what that means. Bonita Nan says, speaking of wash day, I tried the heated cap and I love it. Great. And I like it too because I can multitask instead of sitting under an actual hooded hair dryer. And if you have the hair dryer that goes on as a cap that plugs in, you're still kind of limited to what your cord can do. So I do like the heated cap for that. And then we've got Kayla here. She says, hello, everyone. Hi, Kayla. Let's see. I probably butcher her name. It is Avila. And Loretta says, everyone, thumbs up. Thank you, Loretta. Appreciate that. So, I did, in my International Quilt Festival for Houston, I had a pattern that in that video, when I showed that pattern, I had two of those patterns. It's a tote bag. And where I have conveniently, you know how you put something in a particular place so you won't forget it? Well, that's what I did with those patterns so that I wouldn't forget that I needed to give one as a gift when I did that video. I found everything else I did in that haul and have not found the patterns. But I have not looked but 10 minutes before I got to come on live. So I know it's just a matter of me going through some things. You know, I've been kind of busy. So when I did that video, I've been kind of just scooting stuff off to the side. So it's not there. So I put it somewhere special. So I just got to think about where I put it. And as soon as I find it, I will get it in the mail. But I had 22 people that said they wanted to be in the drawing. So I have a empty paper bag here. And I am going to read off your names and put them in the bag. So we've got Rebecca Oliver, Claudette Bettis, Linda DeVito, Aileen Love, Zelphia Ellerson, Sonia Jones, Sandra Moore, Rose Swalls, Peggy O'Connor, Wanda Walden, Tricia Herrera Tello. I'm hoping you can see these. I got these lights up here. Melanie D. Paulina LaRush. June Hansen. Diane 57M. Pat Moffitt. Deborah Richards. Margaret Griffin. Kathy Diaz. Diana Wells. Maxie Doodle. And the last one is Susie Mann. I'm just going to shake this up, and we're just going to pull one out. And we have Deborah Richards. So today is the 29th. I'm going to give Deborah until Sunday, June 2nd to notify me of her mailing address so she can win. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull an alternate because I'm not going to hold on to these. It's for Teaquilt subscribers and video watchers, so you have to be watching to know you won. So I'm going to pull an alternate just in case I don't hear from her by Sunday night. So on Monday, this will be our alternate winner, which is Melanie D. Okay, so those are my winners, and I'll write on the one that it's an alternate winner. Then that way I don't have to worry about it if I don't hear back. And then Deborah Richardson is the winner. And I guess I'll also include one of my Teaquilts pins in there as well. See that? I'll include that as well. All right. So let's go back and see who else is coming to the chat room. Let's see. Terry Pazook says, hello T and everyone from Sashaquan. I know I probably butchered that last name too. We got Maria Mayer here. She says, hi T and everyone else in for just a few minutes. Diane says, I got some coconut oil for my hair. Jennifer Morris says, hi T and everyone. Eric Oda is here saying, hello, hello, hello. Hi Eric, welcome. Reba says, got it open. Okay. Cheryl Land says, everybody is saying hey to Eric. We got Christine says, hi TNT Quilters. Vicky says, what is this for, T? It was for the drawing in the International Quilt Festival haul video. I had 2 patterns, and one of the patterns is for a haul. Some people, I told people in the video to comment, I'm in, with any other comments that you wanted to leave. And that way I knew you wanted to win the pattern. So that's what that was. And June says, congrats to the winners. Diane says, congratulations, Deborah. Eric says, a few more days and it's your month. Yeah, I got a month, be July. I'm cutting on fans now. I'm getting hot. I think it's the lights. Because I haven't had a hot flash all day. It might be the lights. Let me cut this one off. This is the one that makes noise. And I'll cut the one on that's over to my left. Let's see. Rhonda Barlow is here. She says, hello everyone. I'm excited. I'm on my way to Stitches United in Atlanta. And I'm taking a quilting class. I've wanted to attend a fiber art show for a long time. Finally doing it. That is awesome. I hope you're in a Teaquilts group on Facebook so you can share that with us. And Rebecca is here. She says, shucks, didn't win. That is awesome to go to a quilt class. And then Eric is telling Rhonda she will have tons of fun. I've never been to that. Let me see again. My screen. Got quite a few comments. Hold on, guys. Kay Shakespeare says, glad to your channel. I think she says she's glad she's found my channel. Thank you so much, Kay. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the live chat. And Diane says that the coconut oil is for her dry scalp. I have been doing something differently. I've been putting conditioner on my dry hair as I detangle. And that's been working very well too. I just put some my hair is very absorbent. So I've been doing that. And KDX said, I'm glad I found your channel. So I did do the correction right. You're welcome, Vicky. Tricia was also here. She says hi from Southern California. Sorry you didn't win the drawing. June said yes, and she's here, and she didn't win as well. Thank you for being here, June. Yes, it is, and I bought a new sewing machine for my birthday. It's a Viking Designer Epic. It's an upgrade from my Rosie. Oh, okay. Congratulations. Happy birthday, June. And Terry says congrats to the winners. Kathy Burge says, yeah, I made it. I just got back from my evening walk. All right. I keep saying I'm going to do one in the morning, and then the day I say I'm going to do it, it's raining cats and dogs. Diane says, hope you find that pattern soon. If not, I'll just buy one. But I know they're going to come up. It's just because I didn't really look for it. It was only like 10 minutes before I came live, because I assumed I knew where it was. I thought I hung it up here on these pegs, which is where I hang all of my new patterns. But see, I put it in a special place. You know what I'm saying? And those special places start to play hide and seek with you. And a lot of people are telling June congrats on her new purchase. Vicky says, I worked in the garden all week and tilled it today. I did part of my area. I only got 2 areas that I got to get like the old growth out of. I did one and didn't do the other one in the backyard. I did the one in the front. So I still got 1 area to do. Vicky says, now to get the plants and plant them. And June says, thanks everybody. Diane says, I watched the Quilting Marine yesterday. Cheryl says, me too, Diane. It was so nice to see them. We got Shrivia Henderson here, says, hi, everyone. Phyllis Gardner is saying, happy birthday, June. So what did everyone do this past weekend? That's Eric wanting to know. And Loretta says, me 3. So, yeah, so... let's see, what else do I have on my agenda? What do I have to do this week? Other than, I'm going to start looking at places for a Teaquilts retreat for 2020. So I'm hoping that I can find somewhere in June of next year. June is a hard month to get a date for, because most, you have a lot of weddings in the month of June. But the people that were at the last retreat asked me to try for the month of June. If not, then I'm going to have to go back to the month of September, because July is a bad month, and then August is also a bad month. So we shall see. I'm going to go to one place on Saturday. They're having an open house. So I'm going to go check that place out. So my concern is that I don't know how many people that I need to have accommodations for. So that's what's going to make this a little difficult. I only had like 1 person that emailed me saying that they were interested in going, other than the ones that had been to the previous retreat. So we're still with a small group. If I get a small group, that means I'm going to have to go with if I don't get anybody being interested in a retreat, then I'm going to have to go with the smallest location because of the pricing. So if you are interested in attending a Teaquilts retreat in June of 2020, it will probably be either the first weekend in June or the 3rd weekend in June. I'm going to shoot for the 3rd week of June. Well, I say weekend, but it's going to be like whatever that 3rd Saturday is, then you're going to back it up to Tuesday. Let me see if I can get my desktop calendar up. Hold on. Make sure we get some correct dates here. June of 2020, I'm shooting for that 3rd Saturday, so we'll have 5-day retreat from June 16th, which is a Tuesday, through Sunday the 21st. You'll leave on the 21st, which is a Sunday. So that's my goal. It will be somewhere in the St. Louis metropolitan area. That also means that it could be in the state of Illinois. We have surrounding counties in Illinois like Collinsville, Fairview Heights, Columbia, Illinois. It could be any of those locations, just so you have the information. And it could be on the Missouri side. It could be in St. Charles, Missouri, St. Peters, Missouri. So I'm going to be checking out these various locations so that I can see which is conducive for the number of people that will sign up. When I do look at a few places, I'm going to probably, maybe in July when I come back from my vacation trip, I'll go ahead and start taking reservations with a deposit down. I just need to know approximately how much it's going to cost, but maybe I'll do some minimal deposit, like a $50 deposit, just to hold your space, and then we'll do the serious deposits later in the year. So let me go back and read these. Diane's laughing at me. She said, those special places that you forget you have. Of course. Darlene Former is here. Says, Eric, I did some embroidery work and watched Aquaman. Okay. I've been doing some embroidery work as well. Loretta says, spent Monday at my daughter and son-in-law's for a cookout. June quilted 2 quilts and now have 3 more quilts ready to go when I get my quilter back. She needs a good cleaning, so now I need to start a new quilt. Bonita says, do you have me for the retreat? Yes, I think, Bonita, you were the only one that wanted to be added on so far from the 7 of us that went before. So you'll make number 8. And the place that I'm going to on Saturday accommodates 10 people. So that's why I really need to know if people are interested in coming to the retreat, because it makes a big difference on which facility I will give a deposit to. So keep that in mind. Let's see. And I'm going to make sure I wrote your name down, Bonita. I'm going to write it down again. Put it on a piece of scrap paper here. Teaquilts 2020 retreat. And I'm blocking the young lady's name that you were with in Houston. She mentioned she might want to go, but I haven't seen her in the chat in a while. Bonita, do you remember her name? I'm just blocking it right now. And I'm going to go ahead and keep reading the comments. Diane says, last weekend I slept and sewed, watched movies with Pappy. That's nice. Just chilled out. Eric was on a road trip to Sedona. And someone is asking, where is that? And he said it's in Arizona, pretty close to the Grand Canyon. Wow, I bet it was pretty. Jennifer says, I stayed in and quilted 6 quilts, 1 for my sister's birthday, and the other 5 set community service quilts. Okay. We've got Jolene Patras here. She says, hello there. Hi, Jolene. And Francine is here, says, hello, everyone. Just popped in. I'd love to go to the retreat, Okay, Francine, email me, because I got Bonita's contact information. Email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. Okay, the same thing, teaquilts@teaquilts.com. So that way I can get your last name, and then I'll have your email so that I can contact you when the time comes. And I'll just go ahead and put Francine on here for right now. So I have you on the list. I just need your contact information. June Hansen says, oh, wow, that was fun. And Jolene says she's just learning embroidery. I'm assuming hand embroidery, but there's also machine embroidery, so I can't assume that. Deborah Richards says, yeah, I made it. Hey, Deborah, guess what, Deborah? You're the winner for the drawing on the bag. So you need to email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com so that I can get your mailing information so I can send you your pattern Just as soon as I find it. And congratulations on the win. Eric says, can I go to retreat pretty please? Okay, Eric, I'll put your name down. I have your contact information already. So the place I'm looking at on Saturday may be too small for us, but I'll go look anyway because it may come in handy for something else. Diane57 says, I'm interested, but I have a long way to drive. Yes, you do. And Darlene's telling Jolene that she finds embroidery relaxing. And Deborah says that Sedona is beautiful. And Bonita Nan says, I have her name written in a notebook, and just like you, I put it in a special place and I can no longer remember. And when I see her name, because she pops in and out of the chat room or my comments every now and then, so I will know it when I see it. Yeah, those special places. That's two people. Jennifer said, is there a way to share photos during the live chat? No, I have no way of sharing any photos during a live chat. The only way I can show a photo is if I'm sitting here, like, physically holding the photo like this. That's the only way I can share a photo in a chat. Okay, so Darlene says that it is hand embroidery for her. Joyce Rockamore here says, howdy everyone. Hi Joyce, welcome to the chat. Shakita Pearson is here. I must have missed her before because she's talking to Eric. Did I miss her before? Yes, I did. She says, hello everyone. I was trying to stay cool on Hot Atlanta. Yes, indeed. My friend's son, who I visit in Atlanta, he just graduated from college, so that's pretty cool. What else is going on? Let's see. Oh, on the retreat, I did get all of the bindings put on by machine for the 4 quilts that I have. I did get asked what is the status of the other quilts. My friends, I have 5 friends in my sewing guild that goes on this small retreat. Each one of them have a quilt. But when I gave it to them in December, I guess, of last year, I told them that they have until December of this year to get it done because I didn't want to stress them out with getting it done. They're going to piece those blocks together, add a border. They're going to do their own, make their own backing, and they're also going to provide the batting and the quilting and the binding. So all I gave them was 48 blocks. So I can't rush somebody to do something on a charity project just because I have a deadline of when I wanted to get mine done. So that's the status of the other quilts. However, I do have one quilt top that I gave a lady in my scrap quilting club 20 blocks, and she got that top completed. I don't have it in here. I don't know if I showed it to you all, but that top is coming. I think I am just going to, I have to make a backing for that. And then I do have those 2 quilt tops that Vicky Robles made. And I think what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to reduce one of the tops down about 3 inches on each side. And then I'm going to put those 2 quilt tops together into one quilt so that I don't have to make a back, as well as I only have to provide one batting. So I'm going to make that into one quilt top. So I got technically 3 quilt tops, but I'm going to make them into 2 quilts. Let's see, what else was I asked in comments? If you got any questions or anything that I didn't answer, you can also put them in the chat box and I'll try to answer those if I can. I don't know if you all want me to wait and go get those other tops. I know where they are. I just got to go all the way to the back of my house. So, but if you want me to go get the tops that I have, I will. Cheryl Wallace is here. Hi, Cheryl. She says, hello, everyone. And then Deborah Richards says, oh, my goodness, I never win anything. How the heck did that happen? I thank you so much. You are so welcome. Thank you for participating. Eric say, go get it. Okay, let me go get him. Okay. So these are the tops that Vicky made. Eric is funny. He said, where I'm going. Go get them. And I don't have anything else, I think, to add unless it pops in my head. I've talked about the ones that I've quilted. But this is like one of the ones that Vicky made. She made one with a blue border. Blues and purples. So all straight strings. And it has, I think, 20 blocks. Let me count them. It actually has 25 blocks in here. So 25 blocks each. So these are going to be next onto my long arm machine. And then she also did the same thing, but she used yellow coloring, yellow pinks and oranges. And so this is how this quilt looks, just 1/4 of it. Let me turn it. And again, it has 20 blocks as well. So I thought since the borders were pretty wide that I could just cut down one border and make one the front and one the back, and then just make those into one quilt. That would reduce the number of quilts I gotta finish. And then Becky, the one in my scrap quilting club, she made this quilt top, and I still got the numbers on the blocks, I think. So you'll be seeing some numbers here. But this one is big too. It's they're all 70 by 90. So here's a setting that she used. She used a pattern that's called Film at 5. And if you Google that, it's a free pattern online. And you in the Film at 5, they have a 25 patch in here made with 2.5-inch squares. But she used the crazy blocks in it instead. So you're not gonna see a whole lot of it, but hey, this is the best I can do. So hopefully you saw enough of that. And so those are what's going on my long arm next. To get done, all I have to do on the other 4 is just write on the label, and then I'm going to go drop those off so that I don't have them in my space. Let's see. Melinda Carroll is here, says hello everyone, and she says congratulations to Deborah. Bonita says, I had a question about transitioning from blogging to vlogging. What prompted the change? Which do you like better? I did a lot of blogging when I was working, because when I was working, which is so weird, when I'm at my job, I did more stuff during my lunchtime than I can do when I'm home. And part of that is because I've also added so many other tasks into my life at home. So, vlogging. I like vlogging because you can actually tell a story with the vlogging. And it's only your story, which is different with vlogging, because when you're doing in front of a camera, you feel like you have to do more entertainment, which I don't do anyway, but I feel like I should, and I just don't. I'm just being me on the camera. So I would say that's the difference. The only thing is with blogging is that I had to actually sit down and type it. Whereas with the vlogging, it's easy to record, and then the hard part comes when it's time to edit all the videos. So my goal would be to get to a point someday where I don't have to do any editing, which would be wonderful, but that hasn't happened in a while. So, and sometimes like on my quilt show videos, I'll just tell you, I'm not going to do much editing because I'm recording probably an hour and a half to 2 hours of footage. And then I might take it out when I'm transitioning from one thing to the next. Like when I stop one scene and go to another, then I might do those little small cuts. But I really don't, I'm trying not to do any cuts on my quilt show videos. Just let them go how they go. But which one do I like better? Probably vlogging. Because I can actually show you a lot more and I don't have to take as many photos as when I'm blogging. When I'm blogging, I have to do a series of photos if I'm going to do a step-by-step with something. Whereas if I'm videotaping, I can just record it all and just let it go. And then one thing about blogging is that I wasn't making any money over there at all. Although I'm not making much money on YouTube. Okay, so don't... Yeah. A lot of people said the quilt tops were pretty. Sometimes the simplest blocks are the most beautiful. Love the big wide border. And then some people say they love the sashing on the Film at 5 quilt. And Francine, those, she says, great blocks, love those patches. Those are the Teaquilters blocks that they sent me last year for my birthday. And Trisha says, wow, very pretty. And nice size. What's the name of the pattern? That's Claudette. It's Film at 5. You can just Google the name. It's a free pattern, so you don't even have to pay for it. But they're using a 25 patch in the middle. Quick Temper says, I love the crazy patches. I think I've answered Phyllis Gardner's question. Diane says, very creative and lovely. And if I didn't say, Becky actually made this quilt. Just want to make sure I get her name on there. Becky Galambos. I think, Terry, I've said the name of the pattern. Phyllis says, I too have several crumb blocks on my design wall. I could use that quilt pattern. A lot of people saying cool. Shakita says, love your vlogging. Thank you so much. I think I just like it because it's more personable than a blog post. Even though you can write whatever you want in a blog post, but still I think to actually see somebody is different. And Deborah says they are all pretty. Carol says, I started string blocks for the first time and I like it. Well, congratulations, Melinda. I said Carol. I meant to say Melinda. I'm doing her last name. And I have some videos out there too that talk about string and crumb blocks if you're interested in more techniques. Francine says, great job, Becky. Phyllis says, too many images when I Google PMS at 5 quilt pattern. It's not. It is film, F-I-L-M at A-T 5, F-I-V-E, film at 5. Probably my country talking, you all can't understand what I'm saying. RJ just says, hey, this is my first time catching you live. My name is Rose. Hi, Rose. Thank you so much for joining us. You got any questions? Need some help with something? You've got 54 quilters here willing to help. Cheryl says, okay, I came in late. Congrats to the winners. And Cheryl says, I agree. Vlogging's a lot easier. Blogging is kind of a drag. It's so much more work. And mad props to those that can be super diligent keeping up with them. Eric says, okay, film at 5. Thank you, Eric, for typing it. Now everybody should be able to find it. Diane, look up 2 comments. Eric's got it typed out for you. So yeah, pretty cool pattern. And on that same site, they got a lot of scrap patterns on that site. My scrap club uses those sometimes. So when you go to that site, make sure you bookmark it because they've got a lot of nice patterns on that site. So a lot of you all are thanking Eric. So appreciate you, Eric. I got this little bitty keyboard right here, and I have my finger knuckles all up in the screen. Let me see what he's saying. He says, I was looking at PMX, PMS. You don't want to know what images I seen with that one, okay? Lucy Jackson, it says, greetings. Nice quilts. Thank you, Lucy. My mom's name is Lucy. I took my mom and my aunt out of town. They're 79 and 80. I drove them to Alabama. Those women are something else. That's all I can say. And those are the same two ladies that my husband and I this time are going to take to Cancun. So it's going to be interesting with them being in Cancun. So pretty interesting. They something else. So yeah, so I don't have anything else. We've been on about 45 minutes, I guess. Christine says, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, Teaquilters. And Francine says, enjoy every minute of it. I know, because when it's over, you know, it's not, you're going to be sad about it. So I try to keep it all in stride, but honey, they can work your nerves. I think just from looking at like my grandmother before she passed, like in her last, she lived to be 97. So in her last like 30 years, every year she got more and more vocal in telling you how she really feels. And it was just hilarious toward the end. She'll just about tell you anything. It didn't matter. And I noticed that the same thing is happening with my mom and my aunt. Thumbs up, everybody. Eric says, did anyone ever make a memory quilt? And Lucy says she was born in Alabama. So was my mom. Did anybody make a memory quilt? I have not made a memory quilt. I know in Joyce O'Connell's quilt tour studio video I did, she had a memory quilt that she made for her husband. It was very interesting. He was a singer with a band, and she had all different events and stuff she had pictures of and t-shirts of things that they had done. And Shrivia says, yes, she's made one, I'm assuming. I don't know if she's talking to Eric or me. And Francine says that would be a nice challenge, a memory quilt. Yeah, and I'm gonna be that's the other thing I did today, was I did get the part 2 up for the shaded 4-patch Christmas quilt. So if you are in the sew along, if you are not in the sew along, you cannot get in the sew along right now. It's closed. So if you are in the sew along and haven't realized on Facebook that I have posted part 2 of the shaded 4-patch for the Christmas sew along, please go over there and download part 2. I still need to make the post for the other quilt, the strings and 4-patches Christmas sew along. I still haven't done that one yet, but I'm working on it. I told you all last week I had a lot of things on my agenda, so I'm trying to knock those things off my agenda. Phyllis says, a lady asked me to make a t-shirt memory quilt. I am a little intimidated. Phyllis, this is Eric. He says, Phyllis, go for it. It's really not that bad once you get into it. And then I got a video showing you the whole process of what you do when you look at the Harley Treads quilt. You don't have to look at me actually making the blocks, but I would recommend you look at what you need to make a t-shirt quilt and how to stabilize the t-shirts, because that's real important so that the shirts don't sag. But other than that, it's pretty easy to do. Diane says, please like and share if you're a new subscriber. Yes, please. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And you all should already know that when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to have some drawings, right? And this time, I think I might do like Amazon gift certificates. So I'll just go onto Amazon and buy some gift things and then just mail them to people's email. So I don't have to go to the post office. And June says, I got it, T. Thank you. You're welcome. She's talking about the pattern. Oh, she's talking about in the Teaquilts sew along group. Claudette says she's working on her shaded 4-patch now. Great, Claudette. Are you making the version that I'm doing, the complicated version? Because that's the only one that I'm giving instructions for, because the other ones are pretty simple. You just kind of line them up in any log cabin style pattern of your choice. And Phyllis says, okay, thanks. Darlene says, I'm not on Facebook, laughing out loud. And then Claudette saying, yes, she's going to try the more complicated version. So that's the one that I'm doing the detailed instructions for at this time. Eric says, I have to start week 2 of my Bonnie Hunter. Okay, yeah, he showed a post in our Facebook group where he was working on units. So pretty cool. He's working on, well, starts in November of last year, but it ends like February of this year. So he's working on 2019's quilt. Phyllis says, I meant to say I cannot make the retreat in June 2020. Okay, thank you. And then Eric is saying, pray for him with that Bonnie Hunter quilt. So, yes. And that's it. So, I'm still working on the other pattern instructions, though I haven't started yet because I've only had 2 days of work, and I've done one pattern, the video, and all of my own personal stuff that I'm also trying to do here as well. So, I'm working on it. I have a secret thing I'm trying to get into. I also did one extra step on that today. I have another step to go through next week. So we shall see how far this goes. I did a rainbow quilt for a cousin who goddaughter is having a rainbow baby, and I mailed that off to her. I did take pictures, or I did record while I did that, so you'll be getting that eventually when it gets up into the editing queue. Eric says, any studio tours coming? Yes, I have one that's recorded, but I don't have any others scheduled. I have one for Cynthia. I recorded it at the end of April. I'm trying to get through the videos in order and get them edited. I'm hoping it's the next one. I'm not sure, but it will definitely be within the next 3 videos for sure. I should have a quilting studio tour. And then I've got to like twist some arms around here to get people to let me into the house. And Bonita Nan says, hold on, I missed something. She says, oh, she says you mentioned a new job or something. Yes, that's it. So, yes. And it says, Joy says, can we have one of your quilts for a prize? I don't know. I don't know. I have no answer to that yet. I have to think about that. I guess that's my answer. I do have I do lectures a lot, and I just mailed 4 quilts to a family member. I have a cousin who, he got married, and then he's now have three little girls. And before he got married, I made him a quilt because I try to make everybody in my family a quilt. And then I have not made family quilts anymore in a long time because I felt like, to a certain extent, that they weren't appreciated when you see the dogs laying on the quilts and stuff. But I went through my lecture quilts, and I pulled out any quilts that I wasn't going to be using in lectures anymore. And so I just mailed off 4 quilts to his 3 daughters and his wife. So I may sometimes have an extra quilt, if you call it that, but we'll see. I don't know. We shall see. Bonita says, how are you liking your new car? My new car has about 300 miles on it. I really don't drive a lot unless I'm going on a quilt lecture or a road trip. So on my normal days, I do everything kind of in my neighborhood I'd say I probably do about 10 to 20 miles, and then I'm done for the day. So I don't really drive a whole lot, so that's why I don't have a lot of miles on it. So I'm still trying to break it in. For the first 1,000 miles, they recommend that you not do a straight road trip. They recommend that you break your engine in by doing 1,000 miles in city and highway miles, a combination of both. So that's what I'm trying to do. I do live by an interstate, and so I just get on and off the interstate to go, like, you know, to the next 2 or 3 exits just to put it on the highway. So I'm working on it, and it's driving really good. I still miss my old car. My old car is in my family, and they brought it. I saw it on Labor Day, and I felt like it was still my car. I was like, my niece purchased my car, and her boyfriend was driving it. And he got out the car with a cigarette. I just about had a heart attack. Oh, gosh. I'm like, ooh, next time I don't think I'll sell a car to a family member. Yes, Diane, a rainbow baby. T, when is Deb going to let you in her sewing space? She keeps saying that she's got to clean it up. So when I saw Debbie's space, her space was really cool. So Debbie must have gotten a lot of stuff donated, or Debbie is also she does a lot of flea markets. So her space is crowded but organized. So she's got like pathways, and she also has a long arm in her space as well. So I'm waiting on her to do that. And I also have another friend. That's Debbie. And then I have a friend named Deborah that I'm trying to get into her space. She was getting her floors done, and they finished her floors last week, but there was some problem with them where they came back out today. So I'm going to have to call her and see, you know, if her floors are done or if she's got to keep stuff moved. So she had to move all the excess furniture out of 2 rooms into her sewing room in order for them to do the floors. So I'm waiting on that too, Eric. Phyllis says you might consider a raffle quilt to us. You might consider a raffle quilt to us. That's an idea too. June says you can come and do my room. It will take 5 minutes. It's a very small room, but I love it. It makes me stay within my boundaries. That's a good idea. I can't. My room is a mess. I go in there and I do sewing. But if it's anything big, I need to clean it up. Diane says she needs a new car. I did not need a new car. My car was the actual storage area was so small in my Mercury Mariner that I wanted more space for when I actually went to go do lectures. So that's why I got a car. I didn't need one. When I see my car, I still miss it. And I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have got a new car, but give me another month or 2 and I'll be in love with this car too, probably. Bonita says, I'm sure you can go pet it sometimes. Yes, it's funny because it has a keypad where you have the numbering system to open the door. So I had left I have a star hanging in my car. So I went into the car to get my star out because I didn't have the keys. And my niece go, you trying to steal your car? I'm like, yes. And Shakita says, yes, T, I love your new car. I am still loving my 1999 Ford Explorer. All right. So I hope to have this one. Well, I keep saying I hope to have this one a long time. Maybe I have it another 9, 10 years. And then I think I'm going to downsize because I don't think I'm going to keep the larger SUV to go as my last car. So I may get one more car and make it my last car I buy. And Loretta, bye Loretta. She said, sorry, gotta go. My grandson rented the new Aladdin movie. See you next time. Thank you for coming. Darlene says, going to a quilting show this coming weekend. Have fun. I love quilt shows. You get to see so many wonderful ideas. And Joy says, rent Aladdin. It just came out last week. I know nothing. I don't really look at cartoon stuff. My husband and my daughter are true fans of all things cartoons. June says, I have a corner that is growing again, so I think Crazy Quilt is coming up to corral it. And then Eric says, by chance, did anyone go to spring market? I did not. I don't even know how you get on the list to go to spring market. Do you have to? I have a reseller's license. I have I'm a LLC, so maybe I have to look and see how I can go to spring market just to go. I'm not going to buy anything. Joyce says Will Smith is in Aladdin. Okay. I saw a video where two little girls were asking him about one of the princesses. I'm blocking now because I don't look at cartoons, guys. And he actually took them to go meet her. It was so awesome. Eric says you have to apply and buy tickets, but the tickets are a couple hundred, I think. Okay. I would just be in there just to be in there being nosy to see what's coming out. Because I am not buying on the bulk scale, buying anything on bulk scale. Although, I have been buying some bolts of fabrics that I think I might start selling. My original intent was that our Quilt Guild is having a quilt show in September, so I was thinking about selling it at the quilt show. So I probably have, I don't know, about 10 or 11 bolts of fabric or something like that so far. Maybe I need to see if you all are interested in them at some point. I'll take pictures of them because they're put up in my basement just stored. Quilters Unlimited is having a quilt show this weekend. I think that's what Darlene is saying. So yeah. So I don't have anything else on my agenda. I have Bonita Nance, Francine, and Eric Oda down on the possibles for coming to the Teaquilts retreat along with the other people that attended last year, and I'll re-verify with them as well. And again, I'm going to be looking at places. So in the month of June, I'm hoping that I can pick up a location for us to go to depending on how many people are going to be interested. So if you haven't already, save your money if you need to, so you can get ready to send a deposit in so I can know what place to book. Just want to remind everybody of that. Joy says, I buy bolts for most of my backings. I buy broadcloth. And then Deborah says, I don't know why I have such a hard time posting. I have a phone call. I have to go. Bye, Deborah. Thank you so much for the prize and everything you do. You're so much welcome. And don't forget to email me your mailing address. Rose says, I love crazy quilts. Any kind of scrap quilt. Strings or crumbs are all my favorite. Excuse me, guys. Had some trash in my mouth. Eric says, T, do you have a price point on the retreat? I'm hoping that we can keep it around the same as it was before. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like $350. So I'm trying to find a location. That's going to be the hard part, trying to find a location. Before we were at a Quilter's B&B, and I'm going to I'll look at the place where I just left, although my only complaint about the place where I just left is that at nighttime they have lights on and it's like a lot of bugs fly around the lights because it is a rural area. But otherwise, it is a nice location. So I'm thinking about Columbia, Illinois, where we just left. I'm also thinking about Marriott Hotel. I just need to see what their rates are if I get a group. That's the problem with the Marriott Hotel, is that I'm going to need to probably have about 20 people attending. If I can't get 20 people to attend, I'm not going to be able to get that price point down. So that's my problem. So I'm trying to stay under $400 for a five-day retreat with your rental space for sewing, as well as the your room and board. We'll have to talk about the food issue on that. I'm just trying to get the space and the rental at this point. If it comes with the food price where we have to buy food, then I will go ahead and make sure I let you know which ones have the food included at those prices. So right now I'm just trying to see what's available. And like I said, I'm just now starting. So I'm trying to get a head count, because if I get more than 10, the place that I'm going to Saturday will not work. And the place I'm going to Saturday is actually a scrapbooking place, but she will open it up to other types of retreats. So that's where I'm starting. Joyce says good night. Bye, Joyce. Hope I got you in time. Bye, Christine. See you next time. So yeah, so that's my price point, is 400 for less than 400 for a 5-night stay. And I'm hoping that I can get that done. I'm hoping that I can find a place that will give us 4 nights and charge us, and then give us 1 night free. That's what I'm hoping for. So we shall see. Eric says, got it. I'll help you look virtually. And if I think about it, I'll do some footage on my camera, if I think about it, because I won't take my blogging camera with me. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out here. Thank you, everybody, for... I'm just reading the last comment, Eric, or you're going to make a memory quilt. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Diane says, no stairs, please. It just depends if they got an elevator. You know, I like to keep everything on the first floor, but if they got an elevator, that'll work too. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Go ahead and share my channel with your quilting friends so I can get to that 10,000 mark, so we can have a celebration party. And I will see you all next week. Bye, everybody. See you next time.